All right, y'all, let's look at these 3 problems across the top that I circled. This is a review, so you should have some idea what's going on. But maybe we can clear up some issues that you might have. So this first one here is just plotting a line. When you see an equal sign, it's just going to be a line. Okay. This next one is an equal sign. That'll be a line. This last one is greater than or equal to. That'll be a shading one. Okay. We're not going to have, in this form, in standard form here, we're not going to have ones that are shading. They'll all be equals. We haven't gone over that shading yet. That's a little different. We'll do that Monday. All right. So y equals 5/3 x plus 1. I'm going to go up 1 and put a point. So you do that plus 1 at the end first. And then from this point, this is a mistake I'm seeing with some students, is that, oh, okay, up 5 and over 3, and they start from the middle. Don't start from the origin. Start from the first point you put there. So I'm going to go from there, go up 5 and over 3, put a point. And, you know, some of you have been saying, well, we could go the other way too, right? Yeah, well, you could go down 5 and over 3 and put a point over here. It just repeats this pattern of 5 and 3, 5 and 3, 5 and 3, again and again and again, 5 and 3, 5 and 3, so long as the slope is positive. So let me, you could put a point there as well. That doesn't really matter though, but just a couple people brought it up. And make sure your line goes through your points. Don't stop at the points themselves. The line really does go on forever and ever and ever, so don't just connect the dots. Draw your line through it. So that's the first one there. That's what I want to see from you, something like that. Okay, this next one is in standard form. Let me scooch this over a little bit. And the difference is just that, you know, if you notice that it's not y equals, then it's in standard form. So you have the 2x plus 6y equals negative 6. You have to, let me do my work up here actually. So set both of these equal to that number at the end. So 2x equals negative 6 and 6y equals negative 6. And then these are not difficult equations to solve. You just divide by the coefficient. You divide by the number in front of the variable. So divide by 6, y equals negative 1. So in general, a negative divided by a positive is negative. So if you have one negative, it'll come out negative. If you have two negatives, it'll come out positive. That's the general rule for multiplication and division. Okay. So x is negative 3, y is negative 1, and let's draw a line through those 2 points. Again, make your line go through the points and continue. Do not just connect the dots. All right, that line goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. If I pick any point on this line, and I take the x and the y coordinates, and I plug them in here, it'll come out to negative 6. So it continues on forever and ever and ever. Okay, let's look at the last one. And just do an example of each. Hopefully that will suffice. So plus 1, go to up 1 on the y-axis and put a point. And my slope here is 3 over 2, positive, so up 3 and over 2. Okay, now before I draw my line, I have to look at my symbol. Now if you draw a solid line and then you realize that it should be dotted, you can just fix it on there or just put a little note, say, hey, this should be dotted. That's fine, so don't worry about that. But this one is solid because it has the or equal to. So just go ahead, draw a solid line there. Okay, and the shading is with reference to the line. So because this is greater, I'm going to shade above the line. So I'm just going to go all above the line here and shade that in. Some of you are like shading in boxes, like one of these boxes or something like that. That's not what you want to look for. You actually want to shade above the line itself. So everything above the line, go ahead and color in. You don't have to do it this much, but just enough so I can see what you're doing. Cool, so there's that one there. Okay, a few more problems here. We have a ton of time, so go ahead and front and back, get this done, and if you work your way through this, you should be totally awesome and earn about 1,000,000 points tomorrow. This will be the last quiz on this 9 weeks. After that, I'll count on the next 9 weeks so that people have time for makeups. Peace.